Continuous improvement is an ongoing effort to improve products or services. It helps ensure that a product steadily makes its way toward the best possible outcome. Continuous improvement begins with recognizing when processes and tasks need to be created, eliminated, or improved. Then a project manager must plan for and implement changes to keep the project on track. That's where process improvement comes from. Process improvement is the practice of identifying, analyzing, and improving existing processes to enhance the performance of your team and to develop best practices, or to optimize consumer experiences. When working through process improvements, using a controlled environment in an experiment can help you understand if the changes you're considering fix your problem. A control is an experiment or observation designed to minimize the effects of variables. Control groups are representative samples that help you to determine that the differences between your experimental groups and the norm are due to your changes rather than something else. They eliminate alternative explanations for your results. If you aren't familiar with this, that's okay, because I'll break it down for you. For example, you observe a problem with your process and put forward a hypothesis, which is an educated guess about what's causing the problem and how you'd fix it. Then you change one variable in the system, keeping the control group the same, and observe your results again. Let's put this in the context of Project Plant Pal's scenario. Business is booming for Office Green, and demand for your team's new Plant Pal service is rapidly growing. To meet the demand, suppliers have streamlined their process of packing boxes and putting all plants into a one-size-fits-all box. Let's say you're using just one box size to ship all of your plants. For smaller plants, there's more padding added to the box to fill the extra space, and the plants usually arrive intact. But larger plants have to be squeezed into the boxes and sometimes arrive damaged, according to customer surveys. To fix this problem, you hypothesize a potential solution by posing a question. Would more of the large plants arrive intact if they were shipped in bigger boxes, using the same padding we used for the small plants? Here's where your control comes in. You continue to ship half of the larger plants in the original boxes. This is your control group. And you experiment by shipping the other half in bigger boxes. Nothing else is different about the boxes except the size. The shape, thickness, box supplier, delivery addresses, absolutely everything else stays exactly the same. After the larger plants are delivered, you conduct a new survey. If more larger plants arrived intact, your hypothesis is confirmed. If the results are the same as they were before the experiment, you'll need to try something else to solve the problem of your damaged plants. Working in a controlled environment isn't the only way to ensure continuous improvements. There are various data-driven improvement frameworks like DMACI and PDCA. We're going to keep on that same path of uncovering methods for continuous improvements. We'll start with data-driven improvement frameworks. Data-driven improvement frameworks are techniques used to make decisions based on actual data. The first data-driven improvement framework we'll cover may be familiar to you since we discussed it in a previous course. Recall that DMAIC, or DMACI, stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control. And it maps out to 5 steps that you can take when working toward continuous improvements. So when considering how you can improve customer experiences, start with the following. First, you'll need to define the business problem, goals, resources, project scope, and project timeline. Next, measure. Here you'll conduct performance metrics and data collection to establish baselines and measure success. Then analyze. Work to find the root causes of problems and understand their impact. Next, improve. This means implementing a reasonable solution to the problem. Lastly, control. This is where you'll implement the changes and stay on top of monitoring the updated processes you've established. Another framework you can refer to when working through continuous improvements is PDCA. PDCA is a 4-step process that focuses on identifying a problem, fixing that issue, assessing whether the fix was successful, and fine-tuning the final fix. The steps are as follows. First, plan. Here, you'll identify the issue and root cause and brainstorm solutions to the problem. Let's say that one type of plant isn't selling well, which means the warehouse is full of a particular species. If you don't do something fast, the plants may die soon. So, what are some viable solutions? You propose moving the items from the bottom of the sales page on the website to the top, so those plants are front and center. You could also send out email marketing campaigns featuring that plant, where you offer customers a buy one, get one offer on the plant. Second, do, or fix the problem. In this case, your sponsor decided that they didn't feel comfortable giving plants away if they could still profit. So you've decided to go with the first option, moving the plant to a more prominent part of the website. Your hypothesis is that the best way to shift older inventory is to put it in a place that customers can't miss. The next part of this framework is check. Compare your results to the goal to find out if the problem is fixed. Now you wait 1 week and notice if the sales numbers go up for that plant. If they did, your hypothesis is correct, and you've saved some plant lives and helped Office Green avoid financial loss. Nice job. And finally, act, or fine-tune the fix to ensure continuous improvement. In our example, you decide to reorganize the website. In the future, all overstocked plants will get a prominent place on the website. Both PDCA and DMACI are great problem-solving frameworks to apply in your day-to-day life and in the workplace. These frameworks help you to identify issues, reduce errors, and optimize your processes. I encourage you to think about these techniques next time you encounter a problem or notice room for improvement within a workflow. You'll be surprised at how a simple framework can help set you up for success. Awesome! Now you know more about advocating for and creating continuous improvements. We also defined and went through some examples of using frameworks, DMACI and PDCA, for process improvements.